So here we go with the physical bow build that I have. This build is actually surprisingly the strongest bow build I have. Sadly, I did use a Ring of Determination on this build. I could have went Battle Cry, but I also have a bunch of Ring of Determinations because I always farm the Crucible. I do have the Ring of Broken Promises to increase damage dealt, and then rune damage again increase. I felt that this was needed on this character more specifically because you don't get any damage increases on the helm with a physical build. So I have damage increased on dodged for this character, damage increased on staggering again on this build, and then I have physical damage increase on the gloves. The armor, the pieces aren't that great. I haven't really optimized them because I have regainable health increase, which I don't really understand why I had that. I don't have anything on the helmet. Should have got focus cost decreased for sure. I'm using the U longbow with the physical damage increased, and then of course it's not exalted. It is max level though, and then physical damage increased on the knife. I don't think the gems are stat sticks. The gems apply as stat sticks for these builds, especially for the offhand. I think physical damage might apply for this one, but it doesn't go the opposite way. I'm not too sure. I kind of pieced stuff together to keep the build low in weight. I do still have 19 weight equipment load. I have 21 health and 77 dexterity. If I wanted to, I would probably go pure cloth and everything. I was just trying to make him look a little bit like a bandit, little cosplay on this build for sure. So here we go. We're gonna try and see what we have here. Do I have food on this character? I do have some food, yeah. So let's try it out now. You might be surprised for the damage that you might see on this build. Again, knockout shot is way better to me than cone shot. So here's cone shot. And it's gonna bring some monsters out. That's knockout shot. 1296, no buffs. No buffs. Maybe cone shot might be stronger on this build. You never know. Let's see. The next big monster. Let's see if I do cone shot against him. How will he fare compared to knockout shot? And one of the things I do that I tend to not keep the builds consistent on the weight load. I always vary with them, all depending on how I want to use them, cosplay them, so to speak. There is an armor set that I want on this character, which is I think the Black Knight or Black Assassin, Dark Assassin armor set. I haven't gotten it. I did see it though. Oh, one shot the big guy. And cone shot him. 95 damage each. Make sure you don't stand underneath the elevators because that will clip you through the stage.
Oui.
I didn't add anything on this build. I should add some more runes on the offhand. I could do the damage increase, the damage surge. I could do the damage surge on this thing. Definitely increase more damage. But it's crazy how I'm not. There goes the big guy over here. And see, it does less damage. Cone shot, not that strong. Knockout shout, much more damage. I always said cone shot is overrated. Yes, knockout shot definitely increases more with damage. The more damage you have, the more damage it deals. Versus cone shot is 1296 on everything. And like I said, I might be able to squeeze out a little bit more damage on this character if I take off rune damage and do damage increase that low health. And this character is max level, so and like I said, I don't like builds that display. Many people been making builds and they use a crucible and then they add all the echoes in the runes and they're like, this build is OP, and then they have every buff and echo on the character they possibly can to increase the damage to see how good it is. I mean, in Crucible, I've had some of these bow builds do 20k, 25k damage on a single hit after the echoes. After the echoes and even with no buffs, so. Oh! There we go. You're not playing no rest for the wicked unless you die from fall damage. I wasn't even that far. I didn't even fall all the way down, did I? But yeah. That was what? I did fire. Actually, let me go create the ice one.